freaking Captain Cardio.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Why the fuck is she moving so fast?
I'll put some pep in my step.
Placed an oak. Double kill! Keep capturing the mission area. Keep going.
I already spent money today. I bought a pair of underwear from American Eagle and some stuff.
You thought I wouldn't tackle one of the hardest heroes to master just 2 videos later? For shame. You ought to think of me higher than that. You may be thinking, hey, he's playing 2 swinging heroes from the Spider-Verse. That's not a coincidence. First off, shush. Second, I just like to have a get out of jail free card, because I get in stupid situations. I often rush everything and pick off the enemies, so this is a casual's guide to your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man! Once I get you stuck, game.
Howdy and welcome to another Juice Studio creation. After the recent blow up of my 9 souls, not really a blow up, but by my standard views it is, I'm happy to present to you, not 9 souls, but instead another Marvel Rivals video. I know. I can't get away from this game, dude. It's the primary game me and my boys play, plus it's a break from the mundanity of shooters and life itself. Don't worry, I'll be burned out of it by summer. 9 Souls and other indie games will come soon, but for now, let's tackle the hardest character to master in Marvel Rivals. If you were to ask me, Spider-Man has to be one of the most noticeable faces out of the entire Marvel roster. Dude has been around for decades and basically the only reason people watch Marvel movies. Spider-Man is a duelist character, DPS for short, meaning you won't ever play him without the entire team screaming at you to go healer because they think you're gonna be a quote-unquote no-kill Spider-Man. And I've got one thing to say to those people. Don't make fun of me. I'm just a guy. I do understand why people say that though. There are a lot of Spider-Man players that go 0-8. The main reason of this is that Spider-Man is very squishy with only 250 health, whereas a lot of supports have 275. And another reason is his primary fire is a melee with no way to generate shield or health by himself. I mean, if you're really stressed when getting fired at, you can always shoot your load of web at enemies. Yes, he does have a ranged attack, but it only has 5 shots that recharge after 4 seconds or so. That may not seem like a lot of time, but if you're out of web in a fight, you will start shitting your pants running away, or going to town on the enemy's face until you're dead. From what I'm telling you now, you may think Spider-Man is absolutely dog shit, but his abilities are what save him from F tier. You wanna know what his abilities feel like? They feel kind of like this.
Hey man, what's up, Mr. Stark?
Kid, where'd you come from?
A field trip to Noma!
Yes, Spider-Man's abilities help him move around fast and do more damage than what he does with his primary. Who would Spider-Man be without his web swing? You can use the web swing to maneuver around the map or just be annoying to the enemy team by swinging around them. And there is another part to the web swing, and the community has dubbed it Web Zip. It's a faster version of the web swing. You just have to aim something lower than you to activate it. You basically zip to that area. And then next up is Spider Sense and wall climbing. Pretty self-explanatory, but you climb walls and Spider Sense alerts you to when enemies have been in the area, which I have never used ever. Most of the time it just jump scares me while I'm trying to hide out. You also get a double jump, but you lose a lot of momentum while you use it. And finally, we get to the damage. Big damage indeed. Keep in mind, all of these abilities are stronger when you've hit an enemy with the web clusters. His first ability is called Get Over Here. This also has 2 sides to it, like web swing. The first is when you haven't hit them with the web cluster. Spider-Man pulls them closer to him for some pretty easy ledge kills, or if you want to pull their healer closer to your team. Now if you have hit them with a web cluster, then he will do a different attack. You will basically zip to the enemy and do damage It only really pairs with the other damage dealing ability called Amazing Combo. It's an uppercut that does a ton of damage if the enemy has a web cluster on them. But that's your main damage dealer. Otherwise, it's like chipping away at a feminist outlook on men. In the last video, I forgot about the team up ability, which doesn't really matter for Venom, but it matters to Spider-Man. When Venom and Spider-Man are on the same team, Spider-Man gets a new ability called Suit Expulsion. He explodes into a ton of symbiote spikes and pushes the enemy back. Pretty useful if you're in over your head because a lot of people can't hit you accurately, but certainly not least is Spectacular Spin, which is Spider-Man's ult. It's basically Reaper's ult from Overwatch. I'd say this has a 10-meter radius that does damage and stuns the bigger targets. This is almost instant death for healers and DPS, but that's about all. Tanks are not phased unless you have backup. Now, how do you play the Amazing Spider-Man? As I've said before, you are a very squishy man. This means you're gonna have to be a hard target to hit, and that also means you aren't gonna get a lot of healing. A good tip for Spider-Man is try to remember where all the health packs are on each map if you want the best experience. Also, try to take out the opponent's healers before anyone else, because once the supports notice you, you aren't getting any kills. If you find a straggler, then sure, take them out. Just be wary of lock-on characters like Moon Knight, Cloak and Dagger, Scarlet Witch. They will eat you like a fucking snack. That doesn't mean you can't try to get them. You'll just have to understand your combos and hit your shots. And since this is just a casuals guide, I will give you an easy combo to master. You'll shoot a web cluster at the enemy and then use Get Over Here to close the distance. Then you'll use Amazing Combo and then Suit Expulsion. This will kill any target that has 250 health. Just do it fast and unnoticed, or else you might lose the opportunity. Spider-Man is the hardest character to master as of Season 1. You just have to be so precise with his kit, from his webs to his animation cancels. If you were to ask me, Spidey is not the best for the team either. I've gotten SVP as Spider-Man while my team was getting absolutely fucked. The reason why I say he's not the best is because if you're killed in a team fight, then it's a 5v6. If you are killed, it's basically a 5v6 for the entirety of that fight. And even as they're fighting, if you're alive, you're most likely not doing anything. You're just waiting for the moment to kill somebody. So it's a 5v6 no matter what. You just have to get really good with Spider-Man, but I'm not here for that. For that, you need to go to the pro guides. This is how you have fun with Spider-Man. Fuck you. Anyways, thank you for tuning into this video. If you did enjoy it, let me know by liking it. I'll be streaming on Wednesdays and Saturdays from now on. Come say hi if you haven't already. And if you've noticed, I've gotten more poses from Nacho Sketch. Go check them out. They are really a help to me on this YouTube journey. But anyhow, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.